Trinidad. Be hella fierce. I'm not kidding, people. This is the rule. Not only will people expect you to be educated, have a job, and provide, you must also have it in you to be an all-round queen. Look after whatever stray children happen to wander your way. Drop everything and whip up some roti on a whim. Plus, you will be fetishized like crazy, and you need to be prepared for the sexual energy random assholes will want you to expend whenever a baseline pulses through your prodigious hips. Courtesy of the grand bacchanalia that is Trinidad Carnival, people will look at you and imagine you in barely there sparkling costumes with your tits out and your ass exposed to the warm sunshine, shaking and backing back on whatever sweaty crotch just so happens to be around for a well-timed juk. Well, what about the men? Some people might ask this. Idiots, mostly. Well, what about them? The men, they don't matter. Not one bit. Looking around this sad excuse for a funeral, they're not even here. They're good for a poke in the night, 2 sapodilla and a 9-inch banana as the calypso goes, but not much more than that. I've got hordes of useless uncles and semi-uncles, and people I'm just supposed to call uncle even though we're not related, to prove my point. What they do best is disappear. Even when they're right in front of you, they're somewhere else, forever playing cards in the rum shops of their minds. It's the women that stay. They're with you even when they're not around. They give you pieces of their souls, jagged, pointy things, and you can never give them back no matter how much you want to. No matter how much these pieces cut you and make you bleed for them over and over. I have to tell you something. The women of my family are both warriors and witches, creatures of the night, vampires that haunt the dreams of Caribbean children, sukuyas who will suck the life right out of you and burn you with our flames. I first begin to suspect this about my family after Mr. Abdi gives me a book about a sukuya living in my hood. Fiction, he says. Yeah, right. Like women who take everything you have and keep wanting more could ever be some made-up shit in the pages of a book. Another pinch from Ma tells me the service is finally over. Mourners trail out, and some of them even make it to our townhouse co-op in the East End of Toronto for the food part, which is probably what lured them to the service in the first place. They walk into the front door, past the boiler room, which we call the basement, and up the stairs to where the living room, dining room, and kitchen are. There's another floor with the bedrooms, but nobody goes up there to poke around because the food is laid out on the dining room table. People practically eat and run, muttering their condolences, and we try to find something new to say every time. It's an ordeal, but we do our best. We are the saddest people you ever saw, but after everyone leaves our house with their bellies full of dalpuri, curry chana, and sahina, all of a sudden it feels different somehow. Lighter. Like how my arms feel at the gym after crew makes me punch with weights for what seems like hours. Like they could float away. I walk into the kitchen and I feel this airiness about Ma. The grief she should feel over my father's death is suddenly somewhere in the wind, far away from here. Maybe her sadness joined him at a nearby rum shop, no doubt where his spirit flew when it exited his mutilated body. Even in her black dress, her face bare of makeup, her hair pulled tight into a bun, she's light itself in this moment. Which is weird, right? And it's like I'm waking up from a dream. I see the smile that my mother gives to my auntie Kavita. Pammy, our next-door neighbor, comes in and grins at them both. A pit of dread opens up inside me because it's like I'm not even there and they're sharing something I should not be seeing. Pammy's inclusion in whatever's happening here shocks me. We are the witchiest of warriors if we're starting to corrupt the white people in the neighborhood too. Make them into killers. Like us. 1 month earlier. 2. In the warehouse district.